Hello, welcome to another episode of Question of the Week. This week's question is, how many times have you been sick since getting a trach? Sydney Jean. Thank you so much for your question. I have been sick a lot since getting a trach. However, my illnesses have been more due to poor medical care than having a tracheostomy tube. Shortly after getting a tracheostomy tube, my doctor did not know anything about tracheostomy tubes. My tracheostomy tube was too long and was digging into my trachea. My breathing was extremely fast. I went to the hospital multiple times. No one did anything to address my breathing issues. I developed one hospital-acquired infection. I then found a different doctor. She changed out my tracheostomy tube to a shorter tracheostomy tube. This resolved my breathing issues. The next year, I had a procedure done on my pancreas. I used a hospital ventilator. The hospital ventilator harbored the bacteria Pseudomonas. I became sick after the procedure. I went to the hospital. They found I had Pseudomonas in my sputum. However, they refused to do anything. I was sent home. 2 weeks later, I became extremely sick. I was rushed to the emergency department. I spent several weeks in the hospital. The infection became resistant to many drugs. Instead of using a drug which would get rid of the infection, the medical team continued to use a drug which the Pseudomonas was resistant to. I was sent home even though I was very sick. I was quickly readmitted to the hospital, and thus began a very long 2 years of constantly being in and out of the hospital because the medical staff refused to use a drug which would kill the Pseudomonas. I developed many hospital-acquired infections during my numerous hospitalizations. In 2020, I got a different doctor. The physician used a different drug to kill the Pseudomonas. At last, I finally stopped having to go to the hospital. Unfortunately, now the bacteria has taken up residence in my lungs. It has become a chronic infection. It flares up from time to time and requires IV antibiotics. Thankfully, my new doctor will prescribe the medicine to be administered at home. I only have to go to the hospital if I'm extremely sick. Thank you so much for your question. And remember, if you have a question, you can leave it in the comments below this video or submit it to me via Facebook, MeWe, or email. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a great day and a wonderful week. Bye-bye. People often ask me if living with a tracheostomy tube is hard. The answer is no. What is difficult is getting medical care. Most doctors do not understand tracheostomy tubes or how easily a minor infection can become a life-threatening situation. I have almost died several times because physicians refused to treat an infection. In the blink of an eye, the infection turned into sepsis, meningitis, or a multi-drug resistant infection. When an infection becomes resistant to antibiotics, the only thing you can do is pray the infection does not kill you.